Hi, and welcome to the TDA Talks, where we interview inspiring leaders across the globe so they can give us an insight into their careers, what made them successful, as well as share their thoughts on the latest technologies. Now, I don't know about you, I've been dreaming of a beach holiday for a very long, grey and wet few months. So it's very fitting that today we have Chris Williamson, Global Technology Director of one of the biggest travel companies in the world, TUI. Hey Chris, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks, Kim. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Nice and rest
Excellent.
after a long bank holiday.
Yes, indeed, indeed.
Chris, would you mind giving us a bit of an overview of your role at TUI?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Kim. So I am a global technology director. I lead teams across the globe delivering technology to allow TUI customers to find, book, and experience their perfect holidays. So it's a pretty exciting role. I'm specifically accountable for what we do on our mobile apps. We have 11 mobile apps that serve our customers across the geographies that we work in, and 5 core payment platforms that allow customers to pay for their holidays, to book experiences to personalize their holidays, and use it when they get on resort as well. So it's a really exciting role. I've worked in payments and mobile for a lot of years now, and the travel industry is a super exciting space to work in.
But Chris, travel wasn't the only sector that you've worked in, is it? I mean, you've worked in a number of industries. However, you did transition from the finance sector, where you were for 9 years, into the travel industry during COVID, which was really brave. How did you find the process of switching industries, and what advice would you give to someone who was looking to make a similar change?
Yeah, Kim, it was definitely brave because it was right at the end of the COVID pandemic when I accepted the role. I thought it was a good move, and then Omicron hit, which made me quite nervous. And then I started the role, and then the Ukraine war hit soon after I started. So yeah, it was a brave move, and the travel sector was hit really hard by COVID. But for me, it was definitely the right move. I'm really pleased that I made it. And over the last year, I've worked with some amazing people, delivered some exciting technology, and the product is really easy to love. I mean, selling holidays, what's not to love about that? For TUI, coming out of that difficult financial period, we're now going from strength to strength. So within our last financial results, we kind of highlighted that 3.3 million customers departed with us in the first quarter of this year. We've had group revenues reported of 3.8 billion euros, which is up 1.4 billion from the previous year. And we've had record-breaking sales days, which from a technology point of view has been really interesting to support, to deal with that increased customer usage of our app and payment systems. And the other kind of most recent news as well is TUI's paid off the state aid that was giving to support TUI through the COVID period, which is a really fantastic achievement. So travel is definitely back. It's an exciting space to be in. And my recommendation for anyone in a similar position would be to think about, that role that you could be really passionate about and find yourself, enjoying, because I think job satisfaction is such an important thing to have, given we spend so much time at work. And for me, I weighed up the pros and cons, looked at the risk of taking the role, and kind of weighed that up to make the decision. And luckily, it's worked out. And as I said, it's a really exciting role to be in.
Really glad it all worked out for you, Chris. That's brilliant. And obviously, travel for me, I'm so passionate about it. It sounds like an amazing industry to work in. So what about you, Chris? So as an employee at TUI, like what's your mission for the company and how do you contribute to achieving it?
So at TUI, since 2005, our business vision has been think travel, think TUI, because we are such a big travel organization. We want the name TUI to be synonymous with travel. So when customers think about taking that holiday abroad, they think about TUI. But we've recently evolved our vision, and now we're all about excellence and leisure experiences. TUI creates moments that make life richer for customers. And our values are to be trusted, unique, and inspiring. So again, something that's really easy to get behind. We've recently launched a new employee brand as well, which is the phrase is "Let's TUI it," and that phrase is something that we feel captures the problem-solving spirit and solution-driven attitude that we want our colleagues to embrace. So we want to, really be the leaders in the travel sector. we want our colleagues in the technology space to play a key role in that, and a key role in that making that happen. And ultimately, we want our customers to live happy, which is a super kind of inspiring mission to get behind, really.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. I don't know, I mean, I'm quite old school. For me, I would probably, go straight to the desktop when I'm looking for a holiday, I like to get on my laptop. But I'm not gonna lie, I've been using the TUI app over the last few days and it's very good. But Chris, the process of scaling the TUI app must have been quite a journey, actually. Can you tell us what we can expect from TUI soon in terms of like the technologies, innovation you're going to bring to it?
Yeah, sure, Kim. So TUI is a really great place to be in from a technology point of view, because we're not just a travel agent. We sell holidays online and in retail stores, but we also own a lot of the infrastructure. So we have our own cruise line, we have our own airline, hotels, trips, excursions companies, tour buses, and having all of that infrastructure means we're in a very unique position to kind of converge that digital and physical experience. So as a group, we're looking at some really exciting technologies, things like virtual reality and augmented reality, to really kind of immerse customers in that TUI holiday experience before they even purchase, to encourage them to want to go on a TUI holiday. And we're also looking at things like, how do we use AI to personalize the experience for customers, and make sure that they've got something that they feel is a bespoke offering for them, which will ultimately allow us to attract more customers and drive more revenue for the group. So there's lots of possibility. Specifically in mobile, we're looking to kind of modernize the look and feel of our apps to make it easier for customers to use and book holidays. And we're doing that through increased native capability. We're looking to kind of push customers to use the app when they have that app on their phone. So if they browse TUI on their mobile browser, we'll kind of direct them into the app. And it's really great to have that app on the customer's phone, because it means we can push messages to them. So, you mentioned at the start of this about some of the dreary weather that we've been having.
Yeah.
When you have that dreary weather and you see that TUI icon come on your push notification to say, why not go to the Balearics for a week? It's super tempting. And we see that as a great opportunity to get our customers to holiday more with us. We're also looking at some really cool tech behind the scenes that you don't necessarily see. So some of the latest event-driven architecture technology, which allows us to make the apps really performant for customers and allows us to kind of offer more features to them in a really modern way. So it's an exciting space, and there's lots to come from TUI technology.
Great, I can't wait to see what's next. And obviously, whilst AI and new technologies are super important, I know for you that people are still the heart of, the business. Do you believe that ensuring a good work culture and employee experience can have a positive impact on the company's success as well, Chris?
Definitely do, Kim. It's something that's really close to my heart. And I would say that great technology starts with great people. So for me, we should think of employees from that initial onboarding experience through to the time that they spend with us in role, and even the exit. So, want to make sure that when they join TUI, they have a really positive experience. They have a great experience when they're working here, and even when they exit, because we've had a lot of people who, become part of the great culture that we have at TUI, actually leave and then really miss that and come back. And it's, it's great to consider the whole end-to-end employee journey, I think. Within our teams, recently, for example, we've just acquired a new office space in London with lots of great facilities for people. I think at TUI, we recognize that hybrid working is the way forward with technology, because people want to work from home a lot. COVID started that, and actually it's been great because people get to work, they get to work around their schedule and get to, have more family time and things as a result, which is great. But we want to kind of have some of the physical experiences in our office to be really good and actually encourage people to come in. So within my teams, we'll do things like demos where we make a bit of an occasion in the office, and we'll have some socializing, and it really encourages people to want to come into that space, which I feel is important to build solid relationships. So hybrid working is really important. At TUI, we always encourage things like working abroad as well. We have a policy where people can work abroad for 30 days within a calendar year. But we actively encourage people to do that because we want them to travel. It's a travel company. And then the final thing I would say is we also kind of, pride ourselves on recognition, to make sure we're rewarding and calling out our employees for doing a good job, and making sure things like, they have the right tooling for the job and remove as many of the frustrations as we can for them. So to answer the question, super important, that employee experience. And yeah, something I think is very, very important.
Yeah, and I know that you like to have a connection as well with people in your team, and even gone as far as going to uni, so you can understand, some of the other jobs that are going on within your team. Chris, tell us a little bit about your degree you're doing.
Yeah, so I'm doing a degree in computer science, specializing in artificial intelligence. It's quite difficult to kind of cram it all in, but something I'm finding really useful to understand some of the lower level tech. And I think, going back to the previous question on employee experience, I think as leaders, it's really important that we understand what our teams are doing at the kind of the ground level, I guess. So, I'm doing that degree. I also like to get in with the teams regularly to talk about what they're working on. And I kind of feel that it meets my interest because I'm a keen technologist, bit of a geek, and I like getting into the details. So it satisfies that. But it also allows me to have really relevant and up-to-date conversations with some of the people in my teams, which I find is super useful.
I love that. That's brilliant. So not only is TUI innovational with its new app, you're also big on the diversity side, and it sounds like a brilliant place to work. I love that,
Exactly.
Chris. And you guys are hiring a lot at the moment, aren't you? And that's not just in the UK.
Yeah, so we've got kind of key strategic hubs at the moment, specifically in Portugal, in Poland, and in India for our tech presence. You mentioned about diversity, again, something I think is really important to create the right environment in teams. And actually, recently we've partnered with a company to do a pilot where we're investing in bringing more females and non-binary people into our technology teams, which is still, a population that's generally underrepresented. And I feel that, increasing the diversity within our technology teams makes it a richer place to be. And ultimately, I think helps to deliver better outcomes, having more diverse views to work with.
Great. Well, thank you, Chris. That was so insightful. And thank you so much for your time. And I don't know about you, but I'm going to book my holiday now.
Definitely do it, Kim. Do it.
Thank you, Chris. See you later.
Thanks, Kim. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye-bye.